The Sephora Spring Bonus Event has begun, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you some ideas for what to buy during this event, and that encompasses products that I recommend, picks for you guys, as well as some things that are on my own wish list. Before I get into the bulk of this video, I have to give the disclaimer that I may be a little bit rusty. It's been almost a month since I have filmed any content for YouTube or any of my platforms. A lot of you know the reason why, some of you may not. I'm gonna have a video on that I feel like I need to do. It will be up within the next few days to a week. But those of you that have sent me DMs and messages and have posted comments underneath my posts, thank you so much. I can't get over the kindness that I've received. I'm not gonna go on and on about that in this particular video just because I know it's gonna be long enough on its own, but I just wanted to say that I didn't want that to go unacknowledged because it has been so long since I've posted, and this is the first video that's gone up since all of that has transpired. So I just wanted to address that, thank you, and let you know that I'm doing okay. I needed to get back to filming content and getting some normalcy going on in my life, and I will definitely be talking a little bit about it. So I may be a little rusty. I also want to thank Sephora yet again for partnering with me on this video. I have done Sephora product recommendation videos for their events for so long, ever since I started my channel, and it's so great to be able to partner with them because I shop there all the time, so it just makes sense to partner with such a great brand. And it helps me kind of remember the details to tell you guys. A lot of you aren't aware of the codes and the dates and things like that. So for you Rouge members, it has begun the 26th, which is today, and we have early access through May 1st. And then on the 2nd, it opens up to all of the Beauty Insider members, and it runs through May 6th for everyone. I'll have all the specifics and codes and everything down below in my description box, but that's the gist of it. And you Rouge members that can shop now have 20% off both in store and online. There are some restrictions, but for the most part, that's what you need to know. And if you are not a Beauty Insider member, I have details down below on signing up because you can get a lot of perks for signing up to become a Sephora Beauty Insider. So I'll have the link down below to where you can see more details and sign up if you want to down below. I have a wide variety of products here. I'm gonna try and go through this in a timely fashion. I'm not making any promises. Our tax here is about 10%. So saving 15 or 20% is gonna not only save me the tax, but save something on top of that. And that is something. I feel like if you can save anything, try and save some money. And a lot of these things, they just never go on sale. So I am gonna start with foundation, because if you can get a good foundation, they're usually kind of pricey. I'm gonna start with Armani Luminous Silk because I wanna say it was in December. I'm gonna link to that video, by the way, where I talked about this. I think it was another Sephora video where I was applying some Sephora favorites maybe. And this is one that I feel like it's largely underrated by me. It's raved about by so many other people, but I never really had talked about it a lot because when I initially tried it, I didn't really like it. I have oily combination skin, but I'm also in my mid-40s, and I feel like a lot of people my age really like this foundation, but a lot of people my age don't have oily combination skin, and I felt like it kind of slid off my face a lot. But I retried it recently and it works really beautifully. I do have to use a good primer with it, just one that works for me. Everybody's different. And I do top it with powder to set it. And when I do that, it does look really beautiful on the skin. It lets your skin shine through. It gives just a nice finish to the skin. It's not glowy luminous like it makes you look greasy. I feel like sometimes you might be a little scared off by the name because it does say luminous, but it does just give your skin a nice healthy look, and it gives nice medium coverage. So Armani Luminous Silk is a great foundation. If you're wanting a more matte foundation, Estee Lauder Double Wear, I mean, you cannot go wrong. I added this pump. This is my own pump from a drugstore foundation. But, you know, if you're wanting luminous, Armani Luminous Silk for a beautiful everyday finish. If you're wanting a more matte foundation that, you know, can wear for a longer period of time, Estee Lauder Double Wear, I think would be a great pick for that. So those are two foundations that if you haven't tried tried them, I think they would be great picks to try. Moving on to concealers, I discovered Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer in 2018. I have been using it a ton ever since. It's full coverage, it's beautiful, but it's not drying like Tarte Shape Tape was. It's more moisturizing and it looks good underneath my dry under eyes. I do have dry under eyes despite my oily combination skin. It's a beautiful, beautiful full coverage concealer that doesn't look full coverage. It just looks really great. Even if you're wearing a fuller coverage foundation like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, it looks great. A concealer that I discovered in 2019 is the Armani Power Play concealer. I think that's what this is called. This is gorgeous. It has slightly less coverage than the Too Faced, but it still covers my under eye darkness beautifully. It almost stretches with my under eye crinkles, so it just looks so natural. I have crinkly under eyes. Anything is gonna settle if I don't set it with powder. I have to, but it never makes me look old. It looks really beautiful and natural. So I like to combine these two. They look really good together, and I like to wear this with like powder foundation because even though it gives great coverage, it looks great with lighter foundations. So this is a really, really great concealer. These are kind of my two concealers that I've been reaching for the most lately. So those would be great picks if you haven't tried either one of those and you have dark circles, but you also have texture under your eyes and you don't like a drying concealer. Those would be two of my top picks. There are some products in this video that I am always going to recommend. I may have skipped a Sephora recommendations video here and there because I feel like I sound like a broken record, but in my heart of hearts, I'm always going to recommend them to you because I reach for them and use them forever and just all the time. You know, I mean, I may mix other products in here and there, but they're just, you know, my standard holy grail products forever. Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer is one of them. I reach for other primers. I have a few that I've been reaching for, but this will always, always stay in my makeup collection. It works great. It repels water. So if you live in a humid environment, if you kind of sweat a little, it wears really well. It seems to work well for people with dry skin as well as oily skin. You only need a pea-size amount for your whole face. If you get a white cast or a purplish cast with this, you're applying too much. You don't need very much. It's a great primer. And my powder discovery over the past year, I guess, is the Lancome Long Time No Shine. I know I need to try the new Huda Beauty powder. I guess it's probably not new anymore, but my friend Risa swears by it, so I need to try it. This is the Lancome Long Time No Shine. I love it. I think it works beautifully and it doesn't look like I'm wearing powder when I wear it, and I appreciate that. So this is one to try. If you have not tried this powder, I think you will love it. Even people that don't really like powder but they do need their T-zone somewhat mattified have really enjoyed this powder. It's very, very finely milled. So highly recommend. Another repeat product that you will see me talk about over and over, and oh my gosh, it looks so dirty and gross, but it has a friend this year. You'll see that in a minute. This is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronzer. I don't know why I always have to verify that it says Tantastic on it, but look at how hideous it's looking. I have a backup in my drawer, or else this would be on my wish list. This is a fantastic bronzer. It's not too warm. It's not too cool. I can wear it all over my face. If I don't have a contour, but I want a little bit of chiseling out, you know, here, it works for that too. A lot of bronzers are too orangey for that. They just don't work. This one does. This is the Marc Jacobs bronzer brush. I did not think that there would be anything truly special about this brush because it just looks like a domed bronzer brush. False. This is such a densely packed brush, but it is so pliable and soft. It applies bronzer like a dream. I love this brush so much. So if you can get this for 20% off, I would get it for 20% off. Worth every penny. It never applies my bronzer blotchy. It always applies it perfectly. Always. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know I am a sucker for a really good face palette. And the one that I have fallen in love with and have recommended to so many of you, and that so many of you have bought and have fallen in love with just as much as I have, is the Smashbox Cali Contour Palette. And I'm actually thinking about getting a backup during this spring bonus event. It doesn't look like much from the packaging, you know? I mean, it's just cardboard packaging, but it's sturdy cardboard packaging. And mine is all dusty and gross because I do use it so much. And I've talked about this in so many videos. I feel redundant, but I know some of you are probably new to me. It has this perfect cool contour shade that gives you the perfect shadow shade of contour. This highlighter, again, perfect champagne highlighter. The texture, the shade, both perfect. This bronzer is lovely. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not too red, not too orange. This is probably a shade I don't use that much just because I don't do the chiseling out with the light shade. I might use it on my brow bone sometimes, and sometimes on my eyes. This is another highlighter shade. I use it sometimes on my eyelids, and this is such a perfect universal blush shade. I use this on my eyes, I use it on my face. It's a great palette, and I think I need a backup. I've bought this for people. It's a great gift. It's great for yourself. It's just so great. I love this palette. I can't rave about it enough. It's easy to take on the go if you just want a one and done palette for your face and your eyes. Bring an eyeliner. There you go. You know, this next product I hear people talk about and they say, why didn't I get this sooner? I've heard the hype. Is it worth the money? I should have gotten it sooner. It is worth the money. And that's exactly how I felt about it when I first got it. It's such a little thing. You think it's not going to last a long time, but it does. I feel like I've had this almost 2 years, and I did hit pan. Maybe I need a backup of this too. This might be my year for backups from this spring event. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Medium Sculpting Powder. If you want the perfect contour powder, this is it. I feel like this shade would work well for both light and medium skin tones. Such a great contour powder. Smooth, never patchy, just perfect. And it is that perfect shade to give you a shadow. So if you're wondering if it's worth the money, yes it is, and it does last forever. And with the amount that I've used it on a day-to-day basis, I would definitely say that I've gotten my money's worth. I'm going to talk about Nude Sticks Nudity Rose Gold shade. It's actually what I have on my eyelids today. Easy one and done shade to throw on your lid. You can really color your eyelids just like it's a crayon, blend out the edges, and you're good to go. I have several shades of Nude Sticks. They're easy. And speaking of Nude Sticks, I got this Nudies Matte all over bronze color in the shade Sunkissed. It's kind of a blush bronzer all in one, and that is what it swatches and looks like. It's got just this burnt pinky bronzy look to it. I'm really, really liking it. I think it's gonna be great for summer. The texture's nice. I didn't blend that out all the way on purpose because I wanted you to kind of see what was going on. I feel like it gives that nice sun-kissed look, which is perfect since that's the name. And I feel like for summertime, you can put it on your cheeks, across your nose, on your forehead, on your chin, and it's gonna give that really nice sun-kissed look. On my wish list, there's this Nude Sticks Nude Beach Festival Kit, which I think looks really nice. I've gotten to where I really like the convenience of the Nude Sticks products. This is the first cheek product that I've tried, but the eye products I've really liked, and that has actually, I think, one of the lip and cheek products in it too, and I like the shades in it. It looks really great for summer as well. So that looks really nice, and their sets are usually a really great value. So that is something that is on my wish list. I'm gonna mention one blush to you because this is a blush that last year dropped to the floor in my guest room and shattered everywhere, and I immediately bought another one. And I thought, out of all the blushes that I own, if one of them disappeared, which one would I be the saddest to lose? And this was the one that came to mind. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blush in Ecstasy. I just adore this shade. You know, of course you can swirl this together and get one shade, or you can use just this outer ring or just the middle ring, or you can use this on your cheekbone and pop this on the apple of your cheek, however you want to use it. But there's something so flattering about this shade. It just really wakes up the face and brightens, and it seems to go well with any any look that I do. So this is definitely a blush that I would keep, and the formula of Charlotte Tilbury blushes in general is really nice. I think that this event is a great time to get an eyeshadow palette if you've been eyeing one up, whether it's, you know, a pricier one, Pat McGrath, or, you know, something like that, or one that you've just been eyeing up. It could be mid-range, it could be higher range. I have two here that came to mind. Even though I've got several I could have talked about, I just kind of wanted to keep it simple for you guys. But this is one that I waited on for a really long time to get, and now I'm wishing I hadn't. I saw people use these. I don't know why I never bought them, but this is the Marc Jacobs Iconic palette in Glambition, and I can't tell you how many times I have just thrown this in my bag. Well, maybe not thrown, tossed lightly into my bag to use it for travel. It's the perfect travel palette. I mean, look at the beautiful combination of neutrals you have here. You can get an entire eye look out of this, amp it up for nighttime, keep it neutral and soft for daytime. You've got liners, transitions, lid shades, a highlight shade for the brow bone. Really every single thing that you need to do an eye look is in this palette. It's sleek, it's compact, it's a beautiful eye look, and the quality is great. So this has just really been utilized a lot over the past few months since I got it. Another one that I wanted to show, and I recently pulled it back out because I don't think I've been using it enough, and I think that these are great buys and that the quality is really, really great. This is the Sephora Pro New Nudes palette. They have several shades of these palettes, but I think these are really great if you want a bigger palette that you can kind of keep at your vanity and pull from. No matter what kind of look you're doing, you can get a whole look out of this palette, or you can use another palette and just reach for one or two shades from these palettes. But I pulled this back out and set it on my vanity so I would have it in eyesight so I wouldn't forget to use it, because this is a really great palette. But like I said, they have different shades, but I think this would be something that would be great to get, especially if you didn't want to spend a ton of money on a big palette, but you wanted to get a great value. The Sephora Pro palettes are really nice. Finishing up with makeup, I have one lip product here. Can you believe it? I'm such a lip fanatic. I have one lip product, the one lip product that I've probably reached for the most over the past year. It's my favorite nude of the moment, and that is Charlotte Tilbury Bitch Perfect. I know a lot of you probably knew that. Oh, I have eyeshadow on my finger. It's what I have on right now. I'll just top it off. It goes with anything and everything. It's not so nude that it washes you out or washes me out. It's perfect for my coloring. I think it's great, and I will repurchase this for sure. Okay, so let's move on to things other than makeup. I have several things here, and I think I can go through them fairly quickly, but still give you some detailed information. I'm pretty sure in every single Sephora recommendations video I've ever done for you guys, I have recommended that you get a fragrance. If you're a fragrance lover, or if you're looking for a gift, or if you're just, you know, up for a new fragrance. The one that I'm going to recommend to you today is Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede. First of all, it's good for spring and summer. Second, it's just a great everyday scent. Third, it just smells divine. Actually, it's really great all year long. Now that I think about it, it's one of my favorites of all time. I've recommended it to you before for good reason. This is just one that from the moment I smelled it, it had my heart. This is just one that I will always have. It has red apple, peony, jasmine, and some other things in it. It's not too fruity, it's not too floral. It's just that perfect soft scent that just, oh, it smells so good. The bottle is beautiful. I just highly recommend this scent. I know fragrance is different on everyone, but this one is one of my favorites, and the presentation is so pretty too. If you're thinking about a gift for someone, this would be a really thoughtful one to give too. So one of my favorites. I usually also always pick 3 products from Drunk Elephant to talk about during these recommendations videos because they're one of my favorite skincare brands. I know they're very polarizing. Some people think they're not worth the money. Some people think they're absolutely worth the money. I happen to fall into that camp because I have seen results from their products. I have more than 3 products that work well for me. I'm just gonna, actually 4 I'm gonna talk about because one is kind of a combination of all of them. So the first is the TLC Sukari Baby Facial. Those of you who have used this that have chimed in the comments before. Speaking of comments, if you've used or love any of these products, comment down below, or if you have other suggestions for the sale, I would love to hear them down below. You know, I always love reading your comments, and I feel like I've been so out of touch on YouTube for so long. Please leave me some comments down below. I want to get some chatter going, and I want to hear from you guys, know what's going on. So again, this TLC Sukari Baby Facial, this is their exfoliant, their resurfacer, and I think, yes, this has 25% AHA and 2% BHA, glycolic, tartaric, lactic, and citric and salicylic acids that smooths and reveals baby soft skin, and that is what it does. That's why it's called the Baby Facial, and you leave it on for about 20 minutes and then rinse it off, and that's it, and you get just beautifully soft skin. It really is a great product. I see results from it every single time I use it. And their moisturizer that I continue to use and love. I know I have talked about and recommended other moisturizers that are also wonderful. There's something about the Proteini polypeptide cream that keeps me coming back to it. This is my second or third tub of this, but this actually has several peptides, growth factors, amino acids. It actually says it's supposed to help with skin's tone, texture, and firmness, and I feel like it does that. And I don't know of another moisturizer that has just made my skin look and feel the way this one has, and my skin is so sensitive. I have rosacea, and I'm really, really picky about my moisturizers. A lot of anti-aging moisturizers make my skin feel greasy, and this one doesn't. It's light, but it does hydrate and moisturize. Love it. And the D-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Serum. This is a great product. You just squirt out a little tiny bit, and you can mix it into whatever you're using, whether it's skincare or makeup, and it helps kind of bronze you up a little bit. Maybe your face is a little lighter than your neck, or you want to bronze your neck too, and you want to mix it in with your neck cream, whatever. It has antioxidants and omega fatty acids, so it's got good things in it for your skin. You're not just, you know, putting anything on your skin. I also want to recommend their Littles set. They have a set called the Littles. They sent to me about a week before my dad got sick. I thought it was great, and I intended on talking about. I stayed with my mom for almost 2 or 3 weeks straight, put that in my bag, and used it constantly. I don't have it here because I left it at my mom's house, but I love that set. If you're wanting to try Drunk Elephant products, it is a great way to try them. It's got several of their key products in there at decent sizes, so you can try them for a decent amount of time. Like I said, I was living off that thing for it was like 2.5 weeks, I think, and I'm not out of anything in there. It's got, you know, the polypeptide in there. It's got the marula oil, the vitamin C, several other things. If you're just wanting to get that to travel with, it travels well. I can vouch for it for sure. I noticed a big difference in my hair when I stopped using this Next shampoo and started using a couple of different ones. So I recently repurchased this, and I may go ahead and repurchase another. I haven't run out of the conditioner yet, but it is a conditioner I use on a daily basis. So if you haven't tried these and you have hair that's kind of like mine, oily at the root, dry down the length of it, and it's fine, but you have a lot of it, this may be a combination you want to try. Or if you just have normal hair that you want to look healthy, you may want to try this. This is the Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind. But I did recently repurchase this, and I love this shampoo. I love the way it smells. I love that it's good for my hair. It doesn't have bad things in it. I would like to try the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner. I have heard from my friend Risa that it's fantastic and that it would also work well on my hair type. If you've tried the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, let me know what you think of it, because I think I might get that. That is on my wish list. Something that's on my wish list is this Amore Pacific Vintage Single Extract Essence. I don't know why I found that so hard to say. I have been blown away by this product and what it does for refining my skin and minimizing the look of my pores. I apply it only at night. I don't even have to use it in the morning. It just does wonders for my skin. And those of you who saw the video where I raved about it and recommended it and had used it before totally agreed with me. Those of you who were curious about it and went and looked at it were blown away by the price of the full size, like I was. I had told you about the set that this came in, this size, and that set where you can try a bunch of Amore Pacific products is $72, which I think is a great way to try a more specific product. So I would recommend that set to you. I'm going to link that down below, just like I have all of these products linked, and what's on my face as well. The full size is on my list. I had vowed not to get it unless I could get it during one of these events, and here we are, and I would kind of like to get it because I have a feeling I'm going to run out of this before the next one, and I'm hooked on it. I'm completely hooked on it. I love it. I also don't think there's ever been a Sephora recommendations video where I have not recommended some kind of a Nest candle to you guys. I love the Moroccan Amber candle. I will always and forever recommend that candle. That scent is just a signature scent in my home. And now that I'm saying that, I'm realizing I haven't had one of those candles in a while because the holidays came and went, and I burned several of the holiday scents in my home, and I need to get the Moroccan Amber. This one is the grapefruit. They have so many great scents. I saw on the Sephora site they had several summery type scents or fresh scents like linen as well. So if you like those scents, those would be nice. But I think these candles are so worth it with the way they burn. I almost can't go back to different candles now because they're so good. The Moroccan Amber is so cozy and beautiful. If you've smelled them in the jar, that doesn't do them justice to what they do throughout the room. So anyway, I highly recommend that candle. If you're looking for a hair appliance, excuse me, my lighting got a little weird in here. The sun just did something kind of wacky. But the T3 flat iron and the World Trio, and this is one of the clip irons. My sister owns a salon. She's been doing hair forever, and she used this 2 weeks ago when she came to stay at my mom's, and she wants one now. She thought it was fantastic. It really is great, and the barrel is longer than a lot of other curling wands or curling irons. They do make just, without the World Trio, just a regular curling iron, clip iron. There's something about these that just works so well at curling the hair or flat ironing the hair effectively without increasing the damage to the hair. So I love these. I don't think I'll ever be without them. So if you're looking for a hair appliance that's quality, that does the job, but doesn't increase the damage to your hair, these would be great ones to try. Let me know what you're getting from this spring Sephora bonus event. I want to see what's on your shopping list, what's on your wish list, and what you guys recommend. I love seeing those conversations going on down below. I love participating in them and seeing what you guys have going on. And thank you to Sephora for partnering with me in this video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.